Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. I am Amanda Cromhope from Truth Loyalty and the Blind Loyalty Trust. We interview world leaders in loyalty blindly. The challenge is about creating loyalty insight spontaneously and about a lot of fun. Simultaneously, it is about raising the awareness of the Blind Loyalty Trust, and 100% of the proceeds from my book, Blind Loyalty, 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified, go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. Well, there are some people I've wanted to chat to for a very long time, and today is that day. I'm chatting to Kim Hardaker. She's the VP of Loyalty and Sustainability at Riyadh Air, but she actually doesn't come on to Blind Loyalty Challenge tagged by one person. She comes on tagged by two people, by Jason Fu and Kashmira Matiwala. So, Kim, you're in demand, and it's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you so much, Amanda. I feel very grateful, if not singled out, but look forward to chatting it. It's been a long time on the loyalty circuit for us to finally have this conversation. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And congratulations on your award last year as a global loyalty leader at the International Loyalty Awards. It's really great to see you recognized that way. So wonderful to have you here with that behind you as well. So your first question is actually set by Renato Carbone. He's based in Portugal. He's a loyalty consultant in Portugal. It's a bit of a toughie. I'll give you a heads up. So his question, I'm going to rephrase it, but his question was, ask your guest how many or what percentage of their members do they design their loyalty program to not reward? So almost the long tail of customers. I don't particularly like that tone of the question, so I think it'd be easier to phrase it of how many of your customers, not necessarily your program, but globally, do you think never get rewarded?
Gosh, I feel like this is a great one given where we are at now. And I will answer specific to Sphere, the program that we have launched inside Riyadh Air as of last year. And obviously, all public information, but we intentionally designed the program very differently. And we designed it on a lot of, big picture pain points, and obviously, a lot of all the, the necessary components that you must have. But certainly, how do we do it differently, given that we are building inside of a startup with new technology? With a fresh pair of eyes, and to say, what really does the market, and I say the, global market by that statement, need? And one of these elements was actually the utilization of everything that a member has earned or accrued or been gifted. And that the core USP of our program is shareability. And that if you, Amanda, have, worked hard in the program, engaged plenty and that, all different types of engagement, and then want to use a benefit, but you're not traveling, for example, or you don't have the opportunity to use that upgrade voucher, use that lounge voucher, use those points. In our program inside Sphere, you're empowered to share that with someone else, so it does not go to waste.
Okay.
That is the unique difference. And to answer that question is we intentionally designed it for no one to have any of their benefits go to waste, because it's such a pain point.
Yeah.
And there is the science behind that. The pain, I never quite get this right, but hopefully the essence will be right, is the pain of a loss is 4 times greater than the joy of a gain. And so when someone's points expire, when they can't get everything, that they were promised as part of their tier or their benefits, that is really detrimental. And it's the complete opposite to loyalty in our eyes.
Well, I think that's taken the question and smacked it out the park. I love it. That's amazing, though. I actually haven't come across a program that does that. I'm just, as you were talking, my brain was kind of like spinning, thinking, which other programs do that? So Amazing. Very cool. Very good question to get that answer. So we maybe wouldn't have got there if it wasn't such a difficult question. Okay, my second question is more of a personal question around you've been in the industry for a long time. I'm sure you're an incredible user of multiple programs globally. So what is your your personal most magical loyalty experience?
Wow. Isn't it funny because loyalty to me as a person, and I think to all of us, your loyalty is often to, your friends or your family, perhaps your religion, the
Yeah.
true definition of loyalty. The one I say is the brand I would say I have most affection for, or I speak about the most, which is Spotify. And
Hmm.
I say that because it's not a traditional loyalty program. But it's something I extract a lot of value from. And through all of their algorithms, their technology, the way that they customize what they provide me, it is certainly worth, more than the monthly fee that I pay.
Yeah.
And there is I suppose, magic of learning about me and truly personalize something that gives me great value. I love music. I love seeing live music. I love sharing music. It's a language in my family and in my friends, and they're the beautiful moments. And so that you have a companion, like a little music buddy in your pocket or everywhere you
Yeah.
go, that is constantly giving me something new that I can share and talk about, or, put on when you have friends over. It brings me a lot of joy. And so I know it's maybe not the answer that people would expect, but I think that experience or that emotion or that feeling is what I certainly always challenge, myself and the team to
Yeah.
create these moments, because that creates that honest, true personal loyalty is that.
Totally.
Mm.
Totally. And that's exactly the point, right? The personalization element and it just serves you for what you need it for. Like,
Mm.
who cares if it gives you a point or not, gives you a reward or not? Because the
Well,
reward is the experience.
exactly. And I think this definition of value, I think, is very personal, right? So, yes, of course, I'm not going to turn around to like a fixed price redemption or a fixed price upgrade or
Mm.
even a complimentary upgrade for my tier, of course. Like that's fantastic. But
Yes.
something that, lights up the scoreboard for me frequently and regularly is what's really memorable.
Wonderful. Super. Great. Two unexpected answers there. I love it. My last one. What has been the everybody always asks me about AI, and so I'm going to ask you, what has been the most impactful use of AI that you've seen in the airline industry for loyalty?
Okay. Most impactful use of artificial intelligence. I will use an example that we deployed early on at my time at my previous employer, where and it's not necessarily a sexy one or definition, more back office,
Yeah.
of being able to more efficiently process transactions and files, obviously commonly known as RPA, robotic process automation, because at the time it was a very cumbersome process, which was fraught with a lot of errors. And that could be handling, that could be data, that could be inconsistencies in files, file naming, whatever, lots of little bits and pieces could often get in the way. But not only was it operational efficiency that delivered a lot of value to the team and the program, but it enabled the members to get what they had earned more accurately, more efficiently, and, with real time as much as
Yeah.
possible. And so it gave a lot of confidence that the tools were actually, doing a lot of those checks, referring to the profiles, referring to the transactions, looking at all of those cross sections of angles to look at that profile to make sure that it was accurate. And yeah, so definitely not, well, not as possibly most public display,
Yeah, yeah,
but I think that's what a lot of loyalty programs don't do very well is we put the onus in the hands of the member to get the most, as
yeah,
opposed to us doing the heavy lifting as the program
yeah,
operator.
yeah. And it's right, you're right, you know, to be able to get a better experience at the end of the day, but without it being glitz and glamour, but it's actually just doing the hard work for you in its own
Mm,
right
mm.
is so beneficial. Yeah.
Especially if
Super.
you think of and these were some of the most common conversations I would have would be our upper tier members saying, it isn't quite right. Like, I did what XYZ and why do I need to point this out to the organization? Which couldn't be a truer statement, right? And
Yeah.
of course, when you're teetering between one tier and the next, which unlocks a lot of benefits for you and or your family or upcoming travel, whatever it might be. It's like that's our responsibility. And I think that really matters, especially
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you have some of these, yeah, your best customers need to have confidence.
Super. Super, super. Well, I'm sure Jason and Kashmir will be very happy with how you've how you've swum successfully through the blind loyalty challenge.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. So, if you've got a question you'd like to ask anyone in the future, what would that be?
I do, and I was trying to think of the most creative way to position it, but maybe I'll start with a statement to lead into the question, and you will do a better job of tailoring it to your next guest. But why why does the industry continuously talk about personalization, but we've never got to a position that people feel is good enough? And you can see what I mean, not as articulate
Yeah,
as I'd hope, but I think the problem statement I see is we're always saying personalization is this, personalization is that, it's so valuable, it does this, it's going to do, but really no one's done
really
it,
achieved it.
doing it, or achieving it. What is that North Star? Or is it just a filler that we all talk about that, is a yeah, a bit of a pursuit
Yeah.
that we haven't really got a goal for, or there's no end to the journey. And
And
I
there's no reason, there's no excuse for it anymore, if that makes sense. Like, there's just no excuse, really. I know it's hard. I know it needs great data. I know it needs great automation, but
Yeah, what's
yeah,
good enough? Like, what is good
yeah,
enough? What's good enough for your
yeah,
organization, for your customer? Because I think we all know, you've been chased around the internet by a retargeted ad for something you looked at, and you may have purchased it, but it still chases you. So
yeah,
never
yeah,
know, but
yeah,
like your experience with that will be different to mine. And so I just find it this sort of, it's murky water that I would love your
yeah,
next
super.
guest to
Great.
add some clarity to.
Lovely, lovely question. Cool. And who can I speak? Who would you like me to talk to?
I would like to nominate one of the industry's finest, Everett De Beer.
Brilliant. Love it. I had Everett as a contributor actually to Blind Loyalty, and he was just
Uh-huh.
super. Like, I've got a whole chapter. I mean, it's only one page per chapter, 2 pages per chapter, but it's like, what is the real value of FFP? And obviously, he's the right person to answer that. So
He is indeed.
great. Wonderful. Kim, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to connect, and it's great to connect on here. And thank you for giving us the time.
Likewise. Thank you, Amanda.